Right, okay, so Cobridge Test Centre here, right, yeah? So this area here, this is the test centre here, right, yeah? Obviously.
The test centre? I don't know. This
Yeah,
one?
this is Cobridge Test Centre, yeah?
This one, this building.
Yeah, this building, yeah? So when you take people for their test, right, yeah? When they finish their test, the examiner will always get them to pull up
See,
here on the side.
yeah.
Okay? But when you start your test, they will always get you, you'd always leave your car so you'll start your test from here.
Yeah.
Right, yeah? Okay? Don't get here too early because of the test coming back.
Yeah.
Right? Moving off from here, if you're going this way left, then you will 99.9% of the time get asked to pull up where it's safe, legal and convenient. So, safe, legal and convenient, where is it?
It's here as well.
Yeah, so there we're going to stop.
Yeah.
Okay, if people are going to pull down here, most common fault is check your mirrors, put on your signal too early. So wait till here, and if you want to put a signal on, that's fine, right, yeah? So I would practice with your pupils here, 100%, yeah? Pulling off, right, yeah? Let's talk about questioning now. So when you're on a driving lesson, questioning, right, yeah? So what is in front?
It's traffic.
Look at that. What's ahead? What kind of road am I in now? Okay. What do those signs mean there?
Two-way traffic.
Two-way traffic, right, yeah? Here is a really good place to bring your pupils. Very good for meeting, very good for awareness, right, yeah? Here, next road on your right. A very common fault people could make is just cutting the corner here, but you want to go square. Okay? This area here, right, yeah, is very good for someone who's new learner. Drive down, you can turn around at the bottom, come back. Do you know this area here?
Yeah.
Yep, okay, so this is a very good area here. This place here, I use that a lot. See this road here? So if that van wasn't there, this is a great place for reverse parking. Okay. Okay. This is great for pulling up on the left, also pulling up on the right. See this road here? This place here, right, is a square that if you're practicing with someone, which is fantastic for teaching them dealing with junctions that are gradual, doing that half turn around next junction here, go back, left, square, right, yeah? Remember, everything in driving instruction comes down to little circuits where you can take people and you know whatever their goal is, you've got the right surroundings to teach them, which is in the part 3, right, yeah? You've gone from gradual to sharp.
Sharp, yes.
Okay? You can then flip this around by maybe you driving, turning the car around and then getting them to go the other way round. Okay? So there's little turning points here that you can use. These ones here, sometimes not often, but sometimes I use these to go in, to stop, to discuss what you've done, and then back on and do it again. Okay? Here, right, yeah? There is something called double instructions. Double instructions. What is a double instruction, right, yeah? So,
what does it mean, double instruction?
so you see here, I am going left at the top and then I'm going right. Okay? So you want to get it in now. You say right at the top of the road left, then immediately right. Okay? If I just said top of the road left,
Suddenly says right.
okay, and said that, and then once I'm on the road, I said now turn right. Okay? Right? So double instructions work really well when junctions are close.
So yeah, it's give plenty of time to do that.
Okay? So double instructions, right, yeah? This area now that we're moving on to now is called middle point area, yeah? And this is a great area because it has lots of very, very square junctions. It has places where you can do manoeuvres, especially the reverse park. And this road here is very good for meeting.
Okay.
This is like your staple area in these roads. There you go. So, meeting. Awareness and planning. What's your plan here? I think it's my right of way because he's on there.
Yeah.
Is he going to hold back?
Yes,
Looks
yes,
like it,
yes.
yeah? So it's great for awareness and planning, thinking ahead. This little road here is great. So there's the left, and it's also great for control of the car and when to. Okay? Then you've got this area here, so not this road here, but this next road on the right. Now, once you've got your pupils understanding like the gradual junctions and they're getting confident on that, you come here and you've got the very square junction. So you remember we discussed this yesterday, the techniques of dealing with these kind of junctions. This is perfect, right, yeah? Absolutely perfect, because this is where you get the idea that you don't turn, you use your mark, and then you turn quick, right? Remember I talked about that little mirror?
Yeah.
Okay, here, this is really good for people that maybe have problems with their steering.
Steering control.
Okay, so this road, I use a lot. It's great for like beginners, and it's great for someone with problems on their steering control. So although they don't do, some people call it the 3-point turn, but it's actually known as a turn in the road, right? Although they don't do that on the test,
They used to do it.
they used to do it, but they don't do it now. But I still do it because it's very good for numerous skills.
Yeah.
One, understanding speed. So most roads have a camber, so it's like the water rolls into the gutter.
Yeah.
So it's good to understand when to be on the brake, when to be clutch down, when to be on the, setting the gas. The other thing is the steering, right? Yeah. So you may find in the beginning that people struggle with the steering. Some of the things they can struggle with is turning and being, I call it like Robbie the robot. They're like, oh, and they're there. So it's really good to do the turn in the road and practice doing the wheel, right? Yeah. Sometimes it's necessary for you to do the clutch and the brake so they can concentrate on that. Yeah. But this is really good. So you can come here, you can drive back, and then I normally do like a right turn here, and then another turn in the road and come back. So you can do this as many times as you need. Yeah. But this is a nice little area here.
It's quite area.
It's quite good. Also very good for pulling up, pulling away, pulling up. Yeah. Okay. Following down here, you've got another stop sign. Okay. So. Okay. So very important with the stop signs that they understand they've got to stop.
Stop sign techniques, I think, is the best when you ask them to count just 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yes, easy. Yeah.
Yes, TOP, whichever works for you.
Yeah.
So I get here, 1, 2, 3, you know you've definitely stopped. STOP, you know you've definitely stopped. If you want to put your handbrake on, you definitely know you've stopped. Okay, whichever works, it's the one that's good. Yeah, different people like different things, right? Yeah. Now I really like this area here for when it comes down to junctions, understanding speed and awareness on these type of junctions, because you have a look here, it's very easy. Now you see my position is not correct, so the danger is vehicles coming out of there not looking. I'm here, always got to get back onto this side of the road, looking into the junction, even though we have to slightly cut the junction because of him. It's slow and controlled, right? Yeah. If your pupil struggles with speed, they will struggle on these ones, 100%, right? Yeah, they will struggle. So they've got to get that understanding of speed. Here's questions that I like to say to people. So here, is this a junction?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going left here, right? Yeah. What's this in front?
It's bare left, it's not junction.
It's not a junction. So what is it? Just a bend?
Yeah, just a bend.
Okay. So it's unmarked, isn't it? So on this one, it looks like it's a bend.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go on there. Right. Another place for parking.
Yeah.
This is great here. I'm sure they're not so happy, the people that live here. But there you go. And then this, is it a junction?
Yes, it's a junction.
So it's an unmarked junction, aren't they? Yeah.
It's a junction.
But it's still a junction there. Right here. Okay. And then down here and then into Middleport, and I'm going to show you some different areas here. I'm not sure, I think this road closed, right?
It's going to turn left, we have to only go straight.
That's not where I want to they closing so many roads?
Yeah, they didn't say.
God. So we're back on my favourite road here for meeting.
Yeah, so you have to slow down here.
Yep.
Press priority on
And
the
then
other
you're
side.
looking at me, so I'm checking my mirrors, and away you go. I think I can go left in. So now we're heading down to Middleport, Port Hill Roundabout, yeah? So what is the number one foul point out of all tests? Yeah, what's the number one foul point out of all tests? All driving tests. Across the whole of the UK, what's number one foul point? Observation where?
When moving up.
Nope. Anywhere else?
By roundabouts.
Nearly.
Junctions.
Junctions. Right, yeah? So number one foul point in the whole UK is observation junctions. Right, yeah? But the DVSA have done a really good job. Right, yeah? I think this is the way I heard it, because of COVID and all of that, and a lot of people were going up for tests and they couldn't get lessons and they couldn't get tests. They broke down the reasons why people, and I shall put this in your Dropbox, right? Yeah, but they broke down the reasons why people failed their tests, right? And it turned out to be really easy. Not easy. Turned out to be really good. Yeah, top 10. There you go. So it's top 10 reasons for failing your driving test, alright, yeah? Number one is not making effective observations at junctions, right, yeah? And this is broken down even more, right, yeah, into different sections, right, yeah? So, if you look at this, failing to judge the speed of an approaching vehicle. So what would that be? That might be pulling out of a junction, right, yeah, and not judging it, right, not judging it. So you can use things with your pupils like, would you walk across? If you'd walk across, you might drive across, yeah? So, and that is what they call SSS, slow down, stop or swerve, right, yeah? So if you make another vehicle do that, then that's potentially coming into the foul point, right? So that's number one. Entering a roundabout with a vehicle approaching from the right, okay? So when you approach a roundabout, it's a vehicle approaching from the right, you still enter the roundabout, causing the vehicle to slow down. Okay? Making no effective observations at all. Right? So when you emerge from a junction, you make no effective observations. The word's effective. This causes a vehicle approaching from either left or right to do an emergency stop to avoid you hitting you. The driving examiner to use dual controls. Okay? So this basically, it's not recognising anything, just coming out of a junction. If you're getting people that you're taking for lessons and they're saying, well, I've got my test next week, and they're doing stuff like that,
it's not ready for
not ready, is it? Yeah. This one, making no observations when joining a dual carriageway from a slip road, right? Yeah. So a slip road is a junction, right? Yeah. But all you're doing is matching the speed of the vehicle. If there's a lot of traffic on the carriageway and you're coming down on the slip road, who's got to give way? No, which one? The vehicles on the road or the vehicles coming down the slip road? Slip road, because it's a junction. Normally you can manage it by adjusting your speed or increase it, but if it comes to that point, we're the guys that are slowing down and stopping, yeah? Alright, so this one, going straight ahead at crossroads. Right? You know I showed you them crossroads?
In Northwood.
Northwood, yeah?
Yeah.
You can see it. People just driving straight through because they're not recognising that it's a
It's a new way
crossroads,
of-
right? Yeah. These are just like mad, really, when you think about it. Looking too late. So what is looking too late for you?
So you already into the road from the junction, and then you look.
Yeah.
There's a car coming
Okay.
on.
Very easy to spot with your learners.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're finding that you're having to do the looking, even though we always look, but you think, well, actually, is this guy relying on me? Then you can see they're looking too late. They're not. It's not effective, right? Yeah. This one, repeatedly not looking left when turning right. Okay. So let's have a think here. Yeah. You're coming out of a junction and you're turning right. Okay, so you're going up, coming out of a junction and turning right. Where do most people want to look? Where do they want to protect themselves?
You have to look both sides. First the right and then left.
If you're going left, first we look right and go straight. They don't look left.
Yeah.
Most of the people.
Yeah, so that's where you got to encourage them, analyse it, make them realise what the dangers
Look on
are,
both sides, yeah.
and then look at that. Another one is when you turn left, right, yeah? Let me just show you this, right, yeah? This happens an awful lot, right, yeah? So if I'm coming out of a junction and I'm turning left, where am I mostly looking?
Only right.
Because that's where you think
Yeah.
your danger's coming from,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. But you remember that said that if you've got a situation where there's a car coming here that's maybe overtaking a bicycle,
Bicycles,
they're going to
yeah.
be potentially on your side of the road.
Yeah, one of our friends got the
Same
accident.
thing.
Same junctions.
Yeah.
Accident place.
And it's terrible.
Yeah, it's been very bad accident.
Yeah, it's really bad, yeah?
Yeah.
So driving safety facts, ineffective observations by either the driver, rider or pedestrian was a factor in 47% of collisions,
Yeah.
right? So because that's where a lot of the accidents happen, you know, that's why people fail on tests.
Yeah.
And that's our job to make sure they fully understand.
Yes.
So that's why all these areas that I'm showing you, it's important. Make them understand the MSPSL, make them understand the dangers that are out there and how easy it is not to say stuff. These things,
Yeah.
blind spots. How many blind spots does a car have?
Say from 2.
2? How many would you say?
4,
So here, here,
5.
okay. So it actually has 1, 2. This one here is a blind spot. Yeah, so that's 4. See the pillar on the back
Pillar.
behind you?
Yeah.
That's 6. And then you've got 1 right at the front, and then you've got 1 right behind.
8 months.
So 8
6.
blind, 8. Your average car has got 8 blind spots.
Okay.
Right, yeah. These ones here, you can miss motorcycles,
Yeah.
bikes, etc. on these, even cars. These ones here, when you're pulling off, there's a potential of missing something there. When I backed back and hit a post
Oh, okay.
because that was in the thing, right? But then you get onto the really scary stuff. That if there's a child playing in front of the car,
You can't see it.
can't see it, and behind, and that's why I'm a big fan of cameras, right? Because they're a safety feature that allow you to see stuff. So that's the number one area where people fail, right? Yeah. Tell me the number 2 area.
One is the junctions. And
Yeah. What do you reckon number 2 is?
Number 2, roundabouts.
That's junctions.
That's also junctions.
That's
So
junction. Well, yeah, but there's something in particular that is number 2, right up there.
When you do the maneuvers.
No, manoeuvres are very, very low. In fact, sometimes they don't even appear in the top 10. It's mirrors.
Mirrors.
Okay.
Checking the mirrors. yeah.
Now, when you're explaining to people the mirrors, there's different kinds of. I've heard it in the past. You know, they go, "Oh, my instructor told me to check my mirrors every 10 seconds," or and I said, "Really, every 10? What? When?" Right, yeah. But like I said to you yesterday, you've got to understand, to be a good teacher in this, understand it yourself. So the MSM, anything to do with changing position, changing speed, and before you signal, everything else goes into that, right? Yeah. But mirror checks, changing position, you'll see here, okay, is right up there. So this one, not using mirrors when exiting the roundabout. So if you're coming off a roundabout but you don't check your centre and left one, could be someone there, you're crossing into that, right? Causing vehicles, hang on, yeah, there is. Not using mirrors when correctly changing direction. Direction, that's the main one, right? Yeah. So anything, directions, changing lanes, not using the mirror checks, that's when people get marked. So I always say to people, this is what I try and keep it really simple, that imagine there's a lane, you're in a lane of a motorway or a dual carriageway or anything. There is no problem in you just crossing the line, yeah? But what you must do is have the key, and the key is the mirror check. Okay? You check the mirrors, you know it's clear, it's perfectly fine. You're on a roundabout, okay? Like this roundabout I'm going to demonstrate in a minute. If you don't check your mirrors, you're gambling. That's all you're doing. Is you're gambling. But if you've checked your mirrors, even if you, because the mirror checks are effective, you're there. And you can see, can't you, that it's not checking mirrors exiting a roundabout, that's changing position, causing vehicles to slow down when changing lanes on a dual carriageway, that's not using the mirrors effectively when changing position. Trying to change lane on a roundabout when a vehicle is directly alongside, well, again, that's not knowing what the information is. Exiting a roundabout without checking the mirrors. It's all there, it's all mirror checks. Anything with changing position. Number 3 is not moving off safely. Right, yeah? All of these. Number 4, incorrect positioning when turning right at junctions. Right?
Yeah, that's also a cause.
Yeah. Number 5, not responding appropriately to traffic lights.
Okay.
Right?
So in traffic lights, sometimes when we approach the traffic lights, it's already green, but when we like hit the traffic lights, it's gone yellow. So we can
let me go through this and let me go over that, because that is a big topic. All right, yeah. So here, traffic lights, yeah, and then going down, not having proper control of the steering. All right, yeah. So already we're on 7 and we've seen no manoeuvres yet.
Okay.
Not responding correctly to road markings. Okay, there you go, being in the wrong lane for going straight. Already 8, not responding correctly to traffic signs. So that would include your stop signs, your one-way streets, no entry, bus lanes. Number 9, poor position on the road during normal driving. So your position should be 1 metre from the curb. And then number 10, not driving at a safe, reasonable speed. That's 10. There is no manoeuvres. Okay. If you went to an average person starting to drive and you said, how high are manoeuvres in the test, they go, oh, really high. Right? But it's not.
No, it's not. It's not even in the list of.
Right. Yeah. Okay. They're important because you've got to get them correct, but it's the big stuff out there, and that's why the test has changed, isn't it? Right. So, traffic lights. You've asked about traffic lights.
Yeah.
This is my favourite subject, traffic lights, right? Okay. So, what colour out of the traffic lights? What do each of the colours mean?
Green you go, red stop, and yellow you are stop or ready to go.
Okay. So, what does it say in the highway code? Okay. So, what does it say in the highway code about red?
To stop.
Stop. Yeah. Okay, what does it say in the highway code about amber?
Amber, just ready to stop.
Get ready to stop? Yeah? Is that what you think? Amber, what does it say about amber?
Ready to go.
Ready to go?
It's depend on if it's red and then it's going amber.
Okay, and what does green mean?
Green means go.
Green means go, does it? Okay, where's my highway code? Someone's nicked me highway code. No? Don't matter. Right, okay, let me show you. Right? I'm gonna bring it in here, right? Yeah. So first of all,
I don't know, I think we need to wait.
highway code. What does it say about traffic lights? Light colours. Okay, and this is really important to understand and get it through to people, right? Yeah. So, red means stop and wait behind the line.
Yeah.
Correct. 1 point, right? Yeah. Red and amber together means what?
So stop, don't
And pass
cross
until
until
green.
shows.
Green means go if it's clear. Amber alone means stop.
Unless you have
Unless
already
you already-
crossed the stop.
Okay. So basically, red means stop. Amber alone means stop. Red and amber still means stop.
Stop.
Until it changes to green. So basically, they all mean stop.
Just only green.
But apart from green, right? Yeah.
Very safe you
Okay, and you get asking your pupils that stuff you want to know, they will always come up, and they will come up with the same stuff as you. As amber means, what was you saying?
can. I will say stop now.
Okay, right. So now traffic lights. So now we know that when you're approaching traffic lights, what is your favourite colour? What do you want to see?
Green.
No. I want to see red, right? Because as I'm approaching traffic lights in the distance, there are none, I know there's pedestrian crossings there. If I see red, that allows me flexibility to change my speed, to adjust my speed. So by the time I get there, I can just go through. When they're green, I'm now in that middle land of how long have they been green for? They're on the countdown now. So then I have to start bringing in my other plan, which is, okay, the lights are green. I need to know who's behind me, right? Yeah. How far are they behind me, right? Yeah. Are they thinking about the lights, or are they pushing up behind me,
Yes.
right? Many people drive thinking, amber, I'm gonna go. Right? It's like a racing. It's like their mind is they're like a racing thing. I've got to get through the lights. So I'm looking at them behind, and then I've got to think, okay, there's a point of no return. So if the lights change to red here, I might say definitely stop.
Yeah.
But if I'm here and I've got a big lorry behind me, I'm going to think I'm just going to keep it going. But what you don't want to get into, and you want to watch what your pupils are doing, are having that racing mindset where you can feel them increase the gas as they get to the lines. That's easy to spot. And if I was an examiner, I'd be marking down, because that would be like racing it. So that point of no return is really important to understand. Now, how do you teach it? Once you've gone through this, okay, and you've talked about it, it takes a lot of concentration, right, to start thinking about the traffic lights and what the plan is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay, but it's a completely different way of thinking about the traffic lights.
Sometimes when you approach some traffic lights, are quickly change. You know, even we are in a distance like this.
Yeah.
So it's a green, suddenly change into a red and
Right.
yellow paper.
So, do you think, if you talk about a test here, it's fine to brake harder to stop?
Yeah.
Okay, but what if just to put yourself into an examiner's job, right? Yeah, because sometimes you're going out with people And thank goodness we've got examiners, right? Yeah, because they are the thin line between someone going on the road and wiping out God knows how many people because of their driving. So although people say, oh God, I only failed for that, the criteria that they're marking down is keeping us all safe. Right, yeah? So you're in the car. The main key is you want to know who's behind you.
Yeah.
So when you see lights that are green, get the mirror checks in, because you know if they suddenly change, you can brake. You can afford to brake harder. This here is your stop line for bikes. This is for cars. Right, yeah. So you want to stop before the one for cars. If you had to stop and you went slightly into the line, like it says in highway code, that's not the end of the world, because at least you stop before the stop line. But you really want to try and stop there. So as we go along here, there's going to be some traffic lights, right, yeah? And what I want you to do is both of you start thinking as driving instructors, right? And thinking, am I checking my mirrors, and am I in a position to stop? Yeah? Are we ready?
Yeah.
Right? Because I think out of all the things, sometimes this takes a lot of concentration. A lot of concentration, and people don't realise how much concentration that you're having to put in. Okay, so let's have a look here. So are these going to change?
Nobody's there now. No.
Nobody's there. See the button on the right?
Yeah.
Not being pressed, so I know this is never going to change.
Somebody is there, so you can expect it could.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm coming along here. I'll go right at these lights here, round about here. These ones again, pedestrian crossing. So I check my mirrors, but I'm looking for people and I'm looking for the box.
Yeah.
Not there. Never going to change. Same ones ahead. Lots of pedestrian crossings down here. Mirror check. No one behind. All good. Okay, so I'm going to go right at this roundabout. So mirror, mirror, give a signal, pick up my position. Can I go? Blocker, there you go. Use that, and then that allows them to go. Different kind of crossing. Is he going to cross? Doesn't look like it. Nobody there. Away I go. Okay. I'm trying to find some traffic lights, which I think is going to be up here. Let's have a look here.
It's pedestrian, I think.
Yeah, pedestrian crossing. So in your head, as a driving instructor, I'm marking off. I'm thinking, has he checked? Yep. No one there. That's not going to change. Yeah. It's when it comes to traffic lights that you're in the situation that you've got to make a decision, and you've got to be thinking ahead. So, traffic lights up here, shall we have? They've changed this, put all these pedestrian zebra crossings in. Good. Okay, so oh god, bloody flags on the zebra crossing. Okay, so what we got here is a traffic lights coming up, right here. I think.
No, you can only go left.
So traffic lights like that, yeah? So red lights like this are fantastic,
Yeah,
because it means I've got time to check my mirrors,
Yeah.
ease off,
Yeah.
and time it out. Got to go left, obviously. Time it out, because by the time I get here, they're either going to change, or I can get a very, very gentle stop.
Yeah.
So your red lights are the best lights in a lot of occasions, right? Yeah, it's the green lights that you've got to
You have to think.
You have to think,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Need to be careful.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
And as you're the driving instructor and your risk, managing the risk, you've got to be thinking, is the pupil doing the right thing? Are they aware of the dangers? Right, yeah? So little questions like, oh, who's behind us? Oh my goodness, there's a big lorry. How close is he to behind us? Very close. Do you think he could stop if we slammed on our brakes? I don't know. What do you think we could do to make that distance better? Right? But again, that's the time. That's the bit here. Right. Okay. So gonna go left here. This is a really good area as well. Actually,
Yeah.
I like this. And this little here, great for reverse parking. It's very common at Cobridge. In fact, I'm going to go right here and change that. I'm going to get out of here. Okay. Am I allowed to go halfway? Yeah. Is it clear? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Okay, I'm going to carry on down here a bit. Okay, so imagine you're the driving instructor now. So looking both of you for the traffic lights. Are you feeling happy or sad?
No.
Okay.
This time is a good.
You see?
Yeah.
But it's getting them to check behind, know what's going on behind you, and talking with that. It's when it starts to get a little bit more serious, it's when you're closer, and then you've got to make the decision.
Yeah. It was enough time to make decision because we were quite
Yeah.
early, yeah. So.
But you've got to be thinking.
Yeah, you can check our surroundings as well. You know what's going on.
Yeah. But you imagine being in the car and in a driving lesson, and you've got a lot, and you're trying to concentrate on what the pupil's doing, but also you've got to have on your mind about that, and are they going to be able to stop? Some of the people that can be more scary are not the complete beginners, that are people that are struggling, because you're focused on that. Sometimes it's the people that are you know, you think, oh, they're really good, and then they can throw like a curveball out.
Yeah.
So you think, right, I've got to keep an eye on that. So as we go down here, look at the lights. I'm trying to get us a situation where I've got to make a decision. So you see now, I've checked behind me, I think it's alright. Point of no return. I'm not accelerating, in fact I've come off my gas. If the lights change now, I would go through, yeah? These ones here, I'm ready, but if they change now, I'm going through, yeah? And that's how you can change your own driving, so you're very much used to it. There you go. Thanks very much.
In this situation, so you can cross like when you are like on the edge of the, so it's traffic light gone red, and
Yeah, you can
go straight due to somebody behind you.
if I know how far the person is
Absolutely.
behind me,
Yeah.
and I've got
It's close to you, like lorry or anybody who's racing. Yeah.
yeah,
So
you
so
can.
it's not fail.
What if you brake a bit hard?
No, I mean if you go, you carry on.
Yeah, say if there was like a prime example of this. When I first came down this area, I started doing like driving tests in Birmingham, like advanced driving tests and stuff. Probably because I was lonely, didn't have any friends, and I used to go down there. And I remember driving in Birmingham. I didn't know the area at all, and I was heading for these lights, and I looked in the mirror and I could see this big cement truck behind me, and and I thought, he's not stopping, and I went through them.
That's the situation I'm telling you. It's an examiner what's this failing point or no?
Depends, doesn't it? But on that situation, I just go on what the examiner said to me. He said you made the right decision there, because the lorry, as I went through, the lorry came through.
As well, yeah.
So it was a
happens sometime, yeah.
Yeah, it was the right decision. But it's that awareness. You've got to make people aware of it. You see, too many people are not interacting with their mirrors. They don't know how far the guy is behind them. All they're doing is giving that responsibility to the person to stop. They haven't got that plan. They haven't got that plan what to do. It's like here, these lights now, they've just changed to red. So that's made me pretty happy. Right? I'm going to go right here because I want to show you some really good areas on roundabouts. Right, yeah? So this is Festival Park down here. So now the lights have gone. I know pretty much no chance for them to change, so I'm in a good situation. My only problem would be if there was more cars turning right. That's fine. Try and get into the box and try and get square into the box. Can you see?
We are getting too close to the cars on the front, so it's alright?
Yeah, that's okay. I'm not getting massively close. I just wanted to. What I wanted to do was get myself square, so I'm out of the. Out of the sort of back hanging over on the road. Big annoying thing for me that is sometimes. Right, so always look into your junction before you go. Away you go. So these roundabouts down here. If you know these roundabouts, we're going right the third exit. Okay? So if you find you're getting people that are, when you give instructions, if you just said the third exit, it might be right, but it might not be. So remember we was talking about alert, direct and indicate. So that would be at the roundabout, I'd like you to go right, which is the third exit. So now I've made it there. So now people should be coming in with their mirrors. You should be looking at me, giving my signal. Position. Question here could be open or closed. Oh, that's closed. That means I can see. Yep, seems good. And then here, I'm about to come off the roundabout. So if I don't check my mirrors here and signal, there's your mirror checks. There's your number 2 foul point. Right. So that's okay. This roundabout coming up, we're gonna take the first exit left. So again, there's your mirror, signal. Closed junction, can't see that much. I'm leaning forward to see more. Looks good now. Keep it flowing. Done. These traffic lights, they're pedestrian crossings. There's nobody there, but I also noticed that nobody's pressed the button and run off. So I know these aren't going to change. This next roundabout, I want to go straight second exit, but this is more of an open junction. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, those key words, open, closed junctions, what they do, they make people think. Once you've explained what it is and it makes sense, you go, oh yeah, closed junction, I can't see. Once you're mentioning those words, is it open or closed? Oh, it's closed. I'm going to go slower. It connects, doesn't it? Right? Let's go left here at this roundabout, first exit. This is where you could give a double instruction, which is left here and then straight at the following roundabout. So you've got time to look and see. Looks good to me, right? So here, making decisions, what lane you should be in. So middle lane, right here. Making decisions on what lane you should be in.
If we have to go right, so we can immediately go into the right lane from.
If we're going right, yeah, you can. Yeah. But here, what you're trying to do, because remember people, and I used to struggle when I've learned to drive, thinking, right, oh God, I've stopped, I'm here. But really, I should be thinking, when I go straight, I now need to get
Into the line.
into the left lane, and before I change, number 2 foul point is
Yeah.
mirror checks. I
Yeah.
need to check my mirrors. You see, you can see 100% why mirrors is the second most common thing, right? And it's easy for the examiner to pick up. It should be easy for us to pick up, right? Yeah. So let's imagine this situation. You want me to go straight ahead,
Yeah.
and I'm here.
Middle line.
Yeah.
You have to be
But I'm
middle.
here.
Yeah. So you have-
All right. I'm not signalling, right? Yeah. What should I do?
If you want to go straight.
Yeah. I'm on my test. I'm told to, but I found myself here.
You have to go left.
You have to go left.
Okay. But what haven't I done?
Indicate.
Indicate.
Okay.
So you have to.
So
You,
if I didn't, if I went left, that would be fine.
yeah.
But if I didn't indicate, would that be a fault?
You can say if the lines just go left, you don't need. Or is that right?
It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it? Is it a difficult one? I don't
Yeah.
know. So
Uh,
imagine,
think-
put yourself into an examiner's position.
Indicator is better.
Indicator. Then you.
Yeah. But when we get here, I'm just going to go through some stuff so you can think when you're giving a mock test. Right? Yeah. Okay. So how they basically how a fault is built up. Right? Yeah. So let me show you. Let me see what you think. Right? Because sometimes an examiner's job is a very difficult job, right? Yeah, because he's got to make a decision that's either going to make someone happy, but potentially they're going to be dangerous on the road,
Dangerous.
or he's going to make a decision that the person is going to be really angry because they think, no, I could do that. So, how is a fault marked? Right, yeah. What faults can you get on a driving test?
Sorry.
What faults? What are they called?
Uh,
I know we all see on Facebook, don't we? Minor faults, but there's no such thing as a minor fault.
it's a driving fault.
It's a driving fault, yeah? Okay, so I'm going to give us an example of a junction like this, right, yeah? Here's a car, right, yeah? The faults are driver fault,
Yeah.
serious fault, dangerous fault,
Uh,
okay? So, a dangerous fault will foul you. A serious fault will foul you. So a dangerous fault is potentially where there is real serious risk
accident.
to someone being hurt, accident, yeah. Maybe the examiners had to take action. Something very dangerous, right? Yeah. A serious fault still results in a foul, but I guess it could be he has to take action. I guess it could be something serious, but it might be not stopping at a stop sign. So it might not be dangerous around it, but
Still serious.
it's still serious. It might be reversing back into a bay and finishing over the line. So not dangerous, but serious, right? Yeah. Then you get driver faults, right? Yeah. So how many driver faults are you allowed to have on a test?
15.
15. So on your 16th one you would fail. I've never had that before in 20 odd years, except one time, right? Yeah. And it was when I first started, and a guy got 15 driver faults, and the examiner was shaking his head saying you shouldn't have passed. This is when I was down in London, and he said you need to get more of that, and that shows you kind of the way that they mark. Right, yeah. So you know, when you hear all this stuff, oh, he failed me on purpose, it's very stringent how they mark you. But there is another fault after that fault, after the driver fault. Any idea what that is? You don't really hear about it. Right? So it's called an unworthy fault.
Unwavy.
Unworthy. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Okay, so here's an example, right? Yeah. imagine that their examiner told the pupil to go right at the top of the junction here.
Okay.
So you remember our procedure, which is MS-PSL?
Yeah.
Okay, so MS-PSL, mirror were good, signal was good, position was good, speed and look. Yeah. But as the guy came up, he was slightly there, right? Not over it, just on it. Yeah. So what is that? Position. But the examiner, what's he going to do? What's that a mark? What mark's he going to put
It's
down?
a driving fault.
Could be a driving fault, but maybe not.
Maybe not, yeah.
Okay, so when I went on these courses, and the examiners, they used to be examiners, and they were explaining the unworthy fault. So if that's an unworthy fault, okay, doesn't get marked down,
Sometimes.
yeah, then it will never get marked down. So if the guy did exactly the same thing on the next junction, that's an unworthy fault, right, yeah? But if, let's say he was more there, like that, that could be a driver fault, right, yeah? Now, if he did that and the examiners marked it down as a driver fault, and then he comes up to the next junction and does exactly the same thing, then the examiner will mark down again, and then maybe he does it again, so now he's got it 3 times on the same thing. So now that becomes an habitual fault, which could then be added to a serious fault, and that would be the foul. Okay? So just to help you when you're doing your mock tests, and I'll send you this in the paperwork, right, to think how you're marking people down, right? So some driving, so that's why you have to appreciate what the examiner does, right? Yeah, and it's really important that when you start teaching, to go and sit in the driving tests, right? Yeah, you're not allowed to move, really, right? Yeah, and the reason for that, and you can understand it, is that if you're like moving your head a lot, it might be encouraging your pupil to look. So when you sit on a driving test, just sit. You ask the examiner what side he wants you to sit, and he'll tell you left or right, yeah? And then just sit very quietly and just stare out the window, right, yeah? And what I do is I kind of look and I think, yep, that would have been a serious, or that's a driver fault, or that's an unworthy fault. And then you can mark yourself. You're not allowed to write anything in the back, but then you can mark yourself at the end and think, he didn't put anything down on the sheet, but I know that was a fault. Right, yeah? So the defined outcome is something that is perfect. Right, that's a defined outcome. You come up to a junction, everything's perfect. Anything that deviates off of the defined outcome is potentially a fault. But if it only tiny deviates a little bit, no one's affected, that might be an unworthy fault. Right? And that's why sitting in the back of driving tests and seeing it, you kind of understand what they're doing. So when you go to do your own mock test, you're not giving serious faults for something that doesn't deserve it. So it's a real skill, and it's really interesting to understand how it's done. I'm gonna set up a course in a few months of actually doing mock tests, and these are going to be by the examiners that used to be examiners, and going over how they mark it and finding that, and there's stuff like that's really important, really good to go on, because it gives you more understanding of how to do it. But yeah, that's how they mark you, if that's interested to you, right? Yeah, so have a look at their driving, and when you're kind of looking at them, some bits you think to yourself, that's not really a fault, as in a serious fault or a dangerous fault, but it's a fault that's unworthy. So I'm not going to mention it right now because I'm dealing with another fault. but I might mention it a bit later on if you keep making it. Yeah, there you go.
So what about we just being in the situation where going to straight but we're in the left line?
Okay, so let's have a think. Right, we know what the defined outcome is. Right, yeah, I should be in that lane, but that lane is for only left. Yeah, so if I didn't give a signal, what do you think? What would you say? Has anyone been affected?
No.
Probably not,
Somebody's going left.
because it's a left only lane, right? Yeah, but things change, right, on how things are marked due to the environment around you. So if that lane there was left only, okay, and you didn't give a signal, right, but there was somebody here that was going to cross, so
He might not know
then
that this line is only go left.
exactly, right? So all the time you've got to think of different levels, right? Yeah. But if there was no one there and they didn't give a signal and they went left, for me, if I was doing that as a mock test, I would not mark that. But in the debrief afterwards, I might talk about awareness and planning on the approach to the junction and why wasn't you in the left lane, why wasn't you in the correct lane, and then although you did go left, which is okay, was there a reason why you didn't signal? And you want them to tell you, I didn't give a signal because it was a left only lane. You see? So there's a lot in it. There's a lot in stuff, but if you understand about the defined outcome and what the examiners
depend on the situation when you are like
it's
doing
a situation.
that.
But I love the defined outcome because it's the perfect. So when you're watching, if you know what the perfect is, anything that veers off the perfect is going to be a fault, and then it's our decision where it is. So for example, I'm going to go right at this roundabout, so I should be checking my mirrors, should be giving a signal, but my position doesn't change. So I'm now defined outcome. So now you've got to make a decision. Would that be a serious fault, a dangerous fault, a driver fault, or an unworthy fault? Well, I don't know. My position didn't change there, but it didn't really affect me because my mirror checks were in. It might be an unworthy fault. Right? And then that's what makes this job really interesting. It can be really dull, but it can be really interesting if you have a look at what's going on behind it and what you're trying to help your pupils with. Lights, never going to go.
I think they're going to build a kidney centre, kidney dialysis.
I think it's going to be a walk-in centre, isn't it? With a lot of scat, is it?
Yeah.
It's going to be quite big.
Because I heard in the news.
Ah. Okay, so here we're now, as we head this way, so sometimes I tell people to follow the sign for Ring Road. Guess where they go?
Left.
They go in here.
Oh.
Okay? So you kind of know certain things are going to happen, right? Yeah. And one of them there is when you're getting people to follow the signs for Ring Road. A good chance is they're going to go there because the sign's set back. Alright. Which is funny. And then you have to be ready for it.
Yeah, lots of things happen.
Okay, so we're going to go left here and we're going to head down to Potteries Way roundabout. Okay, so at that roundabout I'm going to go right, yeah, and I want you to tell me what lane I should be in on the approach and why. which lane I should be in, yeah?
Yeah.
And tell me. I'll say left.
You're going to say left, right? Remember, I'm going right at the roundabout. You say left, I should be in the left lane, yeah? What do you say?
So left lane.
Left lane, yeah?
You can use both lanes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've given me the answer there. What is the benefit of being in the left lane, and why can I do it?
Because when you go to the, when you cross the, when you go right,
Yeah.
you will be in the left hand side. You don't need to change the lane.
Good, that's a perfect answer, right? Yeah. Doesn't matter what lane you're in. The most efficient lane is what you said is the left lane.
Left lane,
Yeah. But if they're told right or the sat nav says right and they go in the right, that's no problem.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But where the problem is, right, yeah, and you'll see this sometimes, right, yeah, is people come in and they go over both lanes. So my thing is, I don't care what lane you're in, but be in a lane.
In the lane. Yeah.
All right, yeah. And again, this is really common here. You bring people up, I guarantee they will do this. That is, they will go and they will be like that. That's half and half to me.
Half and half, yeah.
You've either got to be in the left lane,
Yeah.
and that's much more efficient, or you're in the right lane and then you check your mirrors and then come back over,
Come back to the left.
back into the left. All right, yeah. That one there. So, and I think a few years ago, I had someone foul there. And what they did, they started off in the right lane, but when they joined the roundabout, they
Merge into left.
were just half and half,
Okay.
right? Yeah. So be in the lane. Let's call it lane discipline. Yeah. Be in the correct lane, whatever your correct lane is.
It is.
Right, yeah. Here, see the lines in the middle, short, and now they go long. Why is that?
Which one is it?
So look here, they've gone long,
Yeah. You can
and now they've gone
overtake-
short.
Yeah, you can overtake here.
Nope. You could overtake on both of those.
Hazards?
Hazards.
Hazards,
Yeah. So how many hazards are there on the road? What are the three categories of hazards?
Pedestrian?
No, it's a category. Pedestrian is in one of the categories, but it's not a category. Nope.
White solid line?
Yeah, so if you have a look,
Yeah.
the lines now are long, right? Yeah? So anything with solid lines, like long,
Yeah.
short gaps, they're called hazard warning lines.
Hazard warning.
And they warn you of fixed hazards. So a fixed hazard is a junction, a bend, a roundabout. On all kind of junctions where they're marked, there will be 5 hazard warning lines. Right? You have a look. You don't. I never do. I suppose I'm a bit more of a geek now, right? Yeah. But people don't think about it, right? Yeah. But it's the furniture out there that the lines, although they don't paint them all the time, but they show you what the hazards are. Can you see? Short. And the reason why they're short is because there are no fixed hazards. There are no junctions. As we get nearer the roundabout, they should go longer. Okay, so that's category number 1, which is fixed hazards. Right, yeah. There are other things on the road that tell you when there's fixed hazard, other road markings. Have you ever seen the word slow on the ground?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so people come up and they say speed low, official warning. Right? I've heard that people say that, right? I don't know if that's true or not, right? But what I do know is that where you see the word slow, there will be 2 or more fixed hazards.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So if you have a look at this when you're out driving, right, yeah, you see the word slow, and there will be either a bend or a junction or another junction. So there has to be more than one for have the word slow. Right, yeah. This is, interesting topics that you can add in for your for your pupils, right? Yeah. Okay. This bit here, let me show you. So category number 1 is fixed hazards. Right, yeah. Category number 2 of hazards is anything moving.
Moving. Okay.
Okay, this is where your developing hazards will come in. Right, yeah, but your hazards that are fixed, like a junction or a bend, are more likely to be where your moving hazards are. Pedestrians, cars, bikes, and all of that. There is one more category of hazards, which is anything concerning weather or road surface, like mud on the road, or I guess potholes could be one of the things now. Anything that is there, right? Yeah. So mud on the road, ice on the road. Have you ever heard of a microclimate?
Microclimate.
Yeah. Okay, so microclimates are really interesting, especially in the winter. So if you get a very cold day that's quite sunny, the road might be fine, but you drive through, I don't know, under a bridge, the water hasn't, it's still frozen because it's shade. So they're called microclimates. Lots of stuff here, right? Yeah. So here, in this area here, we're moving on to unmarked crossroads. Okay. So what is an unmarked crossroads?
Yeah, there's a lot of roads around here which is unmarked.
So here is an unmarked crossroads. There's a video on my website. There's a drone on it. So that means here nobody's got right of way. Okay, people assume that they've got right of way because this is the bigger road.
Yeah.
But nobody's got right of way. So potentially, if you took someone on a mock test and they drove through and they didn't make any awareness of that road, you could mark them down for that, because that could be a serious fault, not recognising road markings. Here, we know that we've got to give way because of this, and we know that these lines are long, so this is hazardous. Cars, driveways, all the lot. Make sense?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So unmarked giveways and this are no priority. No.
Yeah. So here, priority, because you can see that if there was no markings there, nobody's got priority. So you would have to look at your pupil and see if they recognise it, and that's why it's very important to explain about markings and what they mean and what no markings mean. It's very difficult, this one, isn't it?
It's one of the Cobridge route as well.
No.
I think,
I don't know. Yeah, it is actually, but they bring it out slightly different.
The one, the next one they bring.
Yeah. So yeah, you got this. Got these ones here. Going halfway is perfectly fine because I'm not affecting anybody. Right? It's managing risk. Right? Yeah.
So so learner can do in the test as well.
Yeah, like that would be absolutely fine because I knew that it was clear there and I didn't cause anyone to slow down. That would not be good on a test. Don't want to be doing that. Do you know the reason why the white lines are there in the middle? Do you know what they do? See the lines in the middle?
It's no taking.
Yeah, but what they do, there's two things they're doing. They're separating the traffic, right, yeah? But also they are focusing your eyes to the bollard in the middle of the road, right, yeah? If you didn't have them, there would be many more accidents where people just drive into the bollards, okay? So they calm the traffic down by making the road smaller, but also they focus your eyes on the danger. So lots of stuff there. There you go. All that's recorded for you. Hope that's helpful. You can listen to that. All those little bits there, and that's more like the Cobridge area, the big parts around. There you go. All that's recorded for you. Hope that's helpful. You can listen to that. all those little bits there, and that's more like the Cobridge area, the big parts around